Welcome to Geordie Lass Doc Sass. One day, a Geordie and a Canadian walk into a bar and decide to start a podcast about relationships, and what a topic that is. No subjects are off limits. Get in touch today with us at geordielass.com or email info@geordielass.com and let us know what you think and what we should talk about. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Jazz hands, hello.
Now, how's it going?
I'm really good. It's hot as hell, but we were just, before we came on air, we were talking about how do you deal with the heat?
Yes.
And you had a little bit of a taste of the heat in Southern Europe.
I did. I've just come back from a holiday with my two children in Mallorca, which was great. But I cannot begin to tell you how hot it is. And now I've come back here, it's 10 degrees lower. I'm like, God, it's a bit chilly. I've had to put on trousers today instead of a dress. Yeah.
I think it's wait, let me just check to see what is the temperature right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's 35 right now. What is the temperature right now? Just tell me. It's
It's probably about 22, I think. Yeah, today.
God.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
But when we were in, I said to them, will it get much hotter than this? And the guy said, yeah, it's scheduled to be 45 degrees next week. So basically, kind of the week after, we're going to be there. So yeah, I was like,
is it really?
I'm glad I wasn't there that week then.
Oh yeah. No, it is going to, okay. Yeah. All right. Yes. Yeah. It's even hotter tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah. This is the productivity of Southern Europe. Not very. And it's because we just do everything at night. And we
genuinely do not know how we get anything done. My kids are you're walking so slow. And I was like, yeah, because it's absolutely roasting. I can't go at a faster speed than this.
That's Greece.
I'm also not a big fan of sweat either. I'm just one of those people that just doesn't like it. So yeah, and there was a lot of sweating going on. But we did have a beautiful pool, so that was nice.
That is beautiful, an all-inclusive, and that is brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, fun times.
Very good. And your kids want to travel with you, even if you're paying the bills.
Oh yeah, only because I'm paying the bills, I'm sure of it.
No, they have better places to be in life. If they had better places to be, they wouldn't be, literally they choose to be with you. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
I know. Well, it was their suggestion to go away, so...
Oh, kids.
And I'm such a soft arse. I'm like, yeah, why not?
Oh, yes.
It was quite nice actually, because it was kind of all times, when the kids were younger and it was just me and them.
Oh.
So yeah, it was a nice time.
Oh, my gracious.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
And thankfully my fiancé is fine to let me go. So
that is a good thing.
Yeah, you go.
That balance of independent and then doing stuff together and then having your own adventures. And yes, that's really healthy.
Got to be done.
It totally does. So the Spanish version of the relationship desk of love, what is going on?
Yeah. What would it be? Is it amor? Is that Spanish? I get all of my languages mixed up. No clue what desk would be though, but anyway. Okay. On today's desk of love, so I came across a study which is about what happens when one partner earns more than another partner.
Yes.
But particularly where the woman actually earns more than the man, you are 36% more likely to separate.
5,000%. That really happens among medical women. So physician women. I sort of stay tuned to a lot of women in my profession who it seems all romantic to date a guy and they're like, oh, he's an artist or he whatever. Yeah. And then, maybe he'll stay at home with the kids and he'll be so productive. He'll do all the things.
Yeah.
No.
And he doesn't do all the things.
Doesn't do all the things. And you're full-time salaried and coming home and doing all the things.
So that's exactly what this research kind of came across. So they're saying it wasn't about the kind of gender stereotypes that is, the male should be the breadwinner. That wasn't the driver. The driver was because the women are still holding all the mental load, still doing all the mental chores, and the guys just don't kind of step up enough. And then you've got this you're probably working extra hours, you've probably got more stress because you're in a higher pressured position, which is why you've got the higher salary. But yet you're not getting any of that kind of support that would happen if it was in reverse.
Oh my gosh. Totally.
So, yeah.
I don't know if there's a remedy for that. Like there's a lot of things that are quite hard coded in gender roles. We really have to, but what I would probably say is like in the dating phase, these are the kind of divisions of duties that have to start being looked at. You know, if you want to make this work and there's such a disparity of income, it is a learned behavior, a positive learned behavior that we have to inculcate in the relationship in terms of expectations.
Well, it's the same with kids, right? Like, so I think I genuinely should have forced my kids to do way more than they did because they still don't do it. And they're like young adults now. And you get to a point where you're just like, oh, do you know what? I can't be bothered. Every kind of few months, I might say, look, do you think you could possibly unload the dishwasher? But a lot of the time you just kind of crack on and do it. And people are doing that in relationships with spouses where they are in a relationship with another adult. So that shouldn't be the thing. But then we end up getting into this position where you just always are the person that books the holidays, sorts out the kind of childcare, organises,
doctor's
the chores, organises what you're going to eat for dinner. Just you end up kind of doing all the things. You do the laundry, you do kind of just everything, and you become this kind of person that then almost you get into this position that you can't undo, and it becomes kind of impossible. And then you then start to think, what's the point? I may as well just do all these things myself. And then you get to the point of resentment, and then you're like, I don't even know why I'm with you. So
100%. And a lot of these folks will leave that marriage and be like, I'm not working any harder. In fact, it's easier because I don't have
don't have to think about somebody else. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. We're in a tangled mess.
It is, but it is always that like this, maybe this problem will go away. I'll just do this for now. And surely it will get better with time, and definitely it'll get better when we have kids. Nay.
No.
Unfortunately, these habits are sort of like right from the very beginning. It's very hard to change them once they're, There's also this little thing of like, you can control the what, but not the how, and vice versa. So the other thing is like, a lot of us women, type A, certain way, we got to where we were in life by being very particular, very thorough.
Yeah.
When other people have to help, they're not going to help in the same way and to the same quality standard. So,
nobody can fold the towels in my house except me.
Oh, we've talked
honestly,
about this.
And I realise how ridiculous it is, but there's just a certain way to fold the towels.
Fair.
Otherwise, they're just a mess.
Fair. Okay. So you're always going to be the towel person, but like if the dishwasher were unloaded and however the dishes find themselves in the cupboards and the trays, like, would you be like, good enough, it is an unloaded dishwasher? Or would you be like, you put everything in the wrong way, there's still
the dishes have to go in the right place, but I'm not allowed to fill the dishwasher.
Oh.
Unless my other half's not around.
Okay.
Because apparently I don't do that right, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I mean, that's a forced vertical that is off your chest. You're like, it's kind of that assumed helplessness, like, oh, guess I can't do it right. Guess I won't be doing it.
I'd happily fill a dishwasher. It's just, it's a bit of OCD goes on. I think loads of people have this war, though. I think there's always one person in relationships that kind of wants to be very methodical when it comes to a dishwasher. And more often than not, it is the man. And you just get women that are just like, I just need them in there. Like, I've got enough other things to do. Thanks very much. I can't spend 25 minutes loading a dishwasher. I've got 3 minutes max.
Good God. Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, that so resonates because men are all about like space maxing. They're like, they don't want an inch or a millimeter of wasted space.
Yeah.
Even though like us women are like, we're multitasking and it's like the end.
I need it done before the pasta's finished boiling. Like I haven't got time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, listeners, please consult with us on a private consultation if you want to talk more about this. I mean, this is huge. I feel like I could spend a whole podcast episode on this.
Just talking about the dishwasher.
Yes.
And also featured many a time in our podcast, that's for sure.
Yeah. How do you reverse this trend of the default parenting, the emotional load, the manager of the house and the employee of the house relationship? Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll keep talking about that.
Indeed. But for now, would you like a hot topic?
Yes.
She's feeling very warm.
Alrighty.
Okay. Today's hot topic. Why are you waiting until your relationship's in crisis?
Because denial is awesome. Oh my God. Because that, that like era of like, oh my gosh, things are amazing. He's so amazing. We're so cool together. We just Netflix and chill. It's like perfect. He completes my sentences. That scene change to like, oh my God, I feel so like emotionally alone. That happens like very quickly.
Oh, I want to kill him.
Oh, yes. That. Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. Yes.
It's really interesting. I was talking to somebody earlier, and we were talking about back in the kind of dating arena, and they were having kind of like, first kind of few dates with this person. There was a bit of messaging backwards and forwards, and then the relationship kind of took a bit of a turn that didn't quite kind of work out. And then they kind of went off and then since then kind of met somebody else. The person then just messaged them out blue, just said, oh, it's been a while. I think about you often, da, da, da. And they were saying, looking back, and this is only over kind of like a period of 3 months, looking back, I can really see that there were some red flags, but I just couldn't see them at the time. You can only see them in hindsight.
Oh,
so and I think this is part of the problem with kind of why do we wait until we're in crisis? Because actually, when we're in it, we don't even know that we're on the kind of slippery slope to kind of hit that crisis point. And we kind of think, oh, maybe we're just, maybe it was just like a bad month. Maybe it's just a bad week. Maybe, maybe everybody argues about that same thing. And you kind of start to justify things by saying things like, well, nobody's happy all of the time, are they? And you kind of justify it, and yeah, you're just not really recognizing where you're at.
Yeah, my gosh. And it's a very human thing to tolerate until it's intolerable.
Very level 3.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Anna and I both came from the same coaching school, for anybody that hasn't kind of heard some of the history. And we talk about the levels of energy that you have, and level 3 is very much toleration. It's also compromise as well, because you can kind of get a level of compromise there, but the more catabolic part of that energy is this kind of toleration, where we put up with things that we genuinely wouldn't put up with if there wasn't kind of this fear or this inability to be able to kind of face up to some hard things sometimes.
Totally. There's so many, and the fears. What are the fears? Like for folks who maybe have dated a little while or been in past relationships, dating is just exhausting. I am reading this lovely book by this lovely author. I think it's like Dogs, Men, and Other Things I've Cried About. It's kind of New York Times bestseller at the moment. Has me crying because of some of the dog scenes. But it really, it highlights her time living in Brooklyn from like the early 2010s through the pandemic and so forth, and just the exhausting circle of dating. And she describes like tolerating because like the option B is going back into the like thankless dating scene, which for women in New York City, I just recall was just atrocious. So, just this is better than that, I guess. This hopefulness, like, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be back on the dating scene. Maybe this will get better. Those are the fears.
I know. Yeah.
So what on earth do we do? How do we raise awareness to like a healthy reckoning, like a healthy temperature check or physical exam?
That is the key though, isn't it? It's awareness. Like you don't know what you don't know, but then once you see something, you can't unsee it. And I think sometimes it can be a case of, also I think there's this kind of like avoidance where we kind of think, oh, like you're in that stage where you think, oh, things are really great. Like we'll never have an issue. And then suddenly something comes and just kind of takes the wind out of your sails and knocks you, for 10. And suddenly you're in this like horrible position that you can't get out of, and you get locked into maybe like 2 or 3 weeks of this kind of like talking but not really talking. The energy between you is completely shifted. There might be some kind of civility there, but it's not really, there's no warmth, there's no connection. You don't know how you got into it, and then you don't know how you're going to get out of it, because the whole thing just kind of feels really confusing. So I think often we wait until either something like that happens, or there's like a slow erosion over time in the relationship, and we do kind of like put up with things. We think, oh, it doesn't matter. Yes, they haven't taken me out for a while, or we haven't done anything, but that's fine. Maybe next month, maybe, in this, when the summer's over, or we've got less pressure at work. So there's all of these kind of excuses that we kind of make up. So I think we've kind of got these 2 points that create the situation, and both of them we need to deal with in a different way. So often when you have that kind of crisis that just comes out the blue and knocks you for six, it's generally we don't have that ability to be able to resolve conflict. And because of that, we almost just have to ride the wave out until one of us kind of gets sick of being pissed off with each other.
Yeah.
And then we kind of say, like, look, we need to kind of call a truce. Or so it gets to that point where we would say it's kind of level 2 energy, where you just get really frustrated and annoyed with the situation, that you kind of boosts the fire a little bit so that you do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. We really fear anger. We fear anger, and anger is such a violent force, but it can be it's really the only thing to kick us out of that level 3, explaining away, tolerating, and just kind of business as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anger is such a beautiful force for change.
Yeah.
If only we would not be so scared of it, because there's a way to leverage and harness anger in a really in a way that really serves us. And the relationship.
But it all comes down to then how you kind of position it, right? So if you let the anger just kind of, come out like venom, then it's probably not going to be received very well.
No.
But if you can use that anger annoyance to say, actually, I'm going to take charge of this situation, and I'm going to be the one, because often when you're in this kind of dodgy ground for 2 or 3 weeks and you're not communicating or talking or doing anything, it needs one person to actually just kind of wave the white flag and say, look, come on, we're better than this. We need to kind of just try a little bit harder here. Yeah. And, I'll admit I did these things and that wasn't very good and I shouldn't have. And then, hopefully then get something in return. But you need somebody to take kind of charge and take the lead. So if you can use your anger to kind of propel you into that place, but in a kind of positive way, then you'll have a much better experience.
Totally. And anger, if you can channel the thing, and I coach folks who are in this rocky, awful cycle of conflict, anger, outbursts, inappropriate behavior, and then that ginger repair. Oh my God. And then nobody in the ceasefire wants to bring up anything. And so the anger, not only for the moment to say we need to do something, but it's to persist on the action and to push the action forward in the ceasefire. So you said you were going to go to therapy. Let's continue to move on that therapy appointment and booking and getting, or that both of us were going to be doing counseling. Let's both, so that things don't get lost in the ceasefire. The motivation just tanks in the ceasefire, and we live in this joyful, blissful, ignorance that this won't happen again.
And then
just waiting for another missile.
Yeah. It's true. So I think the other, if we just touch, before we move to the question, just touch on kind of why else it happens. I think because we're just slowly kind of tolerating life, or we just, the disconnection just kind of drifts away. Because we're not paying attention really to the relationship. We're not doing the nice things. We're not complimenting each other. We're not making space to have a chat, even if it's just 10 minutes. We're not appreciating the things that we do for each other. So I think when all of that kind of drifts away and we start to then see the transaction mode just kind of comes in, we're going through the motions. We're just kind of thinking, well, we're not that bad. You're kind of slowly slipping into the quicksand, and then suddenly you kind of almost wake up one day and you're like, why are we living like this? This is not what I want. And then, or you do nothing and you start to quietly think about divorce or separation.
Yeah.
And you can do that for quite a long time.
6 years on average.
The average is 6 years. I did it for 2. And it's not like a great way to live, this kind of one foot in the camp, one foot out of the camp, because you can't really repair and heal when you're not fully invested in the relationship.
Sage words. Just being aware of and preventing that downward slide, and noticing when we are not what are you doing? Like asking yourself, like, what am I doing
Yeah.
to propel the love and connection in this relationship?
Yeah.
And if I'm not putting in my time, in fact, I'm like, wait a minute, after this call, I don't think that I've expressed enough gratitude and appreciation to my lovely man for like a lot of things he's putting up these days. When we get off of our podcast recording, I'm going to go and be like, telling him all the things that I so appreciate him for.
Yeah.
I need to fill up our gas tank.
Yeah. Need to get your top 3 game on.
Yeah. Like, honestly.
Yeah. But they are the things, like, we think that it's all these big gestures that kind of make a relationship, or kind of, big milestones and things like that. Like, yes, they're important and it's nice to kind of reach some of those things, but it is about the day to day and every day kind of showing up in a positive way.
100%.
And not every day do you feel like that. So, we're not saying that you have to be switched on 24/7, but even if you're not feeling like you've kind of, you've got a lot in the tank to give that day, just communicate it and say, look, I'm not feeling great today. I'm just going to take some time out. I'm just going to kind of do my own thing. I'm just going to chill and read a book. This isn't about you. It's just that I'm not kind of on my A game today.
Nice.
So all the little things that make a difference.
Yeah. Agreed.
Would you care for a question, Madame?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Let me get my question up.
Hydration break. We were doing these during the World Cup, just in case everybody missed that.
I know.
Hydration break.
Okay. Today's question. A few months ago, my husband pretended to go to work, but instead he took the day off and went on a 9-mile hike to a swimming hole with his ex-girlfriend. They spent all day swimming and having fun together, just the two of them. He tried to hide it from me, but it came up in conversation. He said it was 100% platonic and nothing happened. It was just two friends hanging out. But if it was innocent and platonic, why is he hiding it in the first place and taking such drastic measures to sneak around? I'm absolutely crushed. He's lied to me about other things and we're currently working on building trust. But this is just unforgivable. I don't know where to go from here. I would be completely pissed if that was me.
Yeah, totally. It's funny because before we were recording in video, we wouldn't be able to like show the like eyebrow raise. But yeah, I think we're all on the same page.
I've got an eyebrow raise. Yeah. I am not a jealous person. We've talked about this on the podcast.
Amazing.
And so I wouldn't be necessarily bothered that he'd gone with his ex, but that's just me. And I know that's unusual behaviour. But I would be totally pissed off that you have like literally said that you're going to work. It's like those people that lose their job and still go to work for like 3 months or pretend to go to work and sit in the park. Like, there's absolutely no way I could tolerate that. The kind of lying, the hiding, that just like, you've got to be kind of honest. How can you have trust if you can't be honest about something?
And this person has said that it's not the first time. They lie a lot. So this just has gone over some sort of threshold for our caller, but it is actually commonplace. There are people who lie as if they were saying that the sun is shining. Lies are very easy, and it's used as a tool of manipulation. Oftentimes there's a personality disorder that is behind that kind of behavior, but lying that comes so easily is a massive red flag in a relationship. I venture to say there is no future with somebody who is a compulsive liar. And this is, but I'll bet you there's an excuse, which is, but I knew you'd be upset, so I didn't tell you. But it's totally irrational. We're just friends, whatever. It was all above board. I just didn't tell you because I knew you'd get upset.
Yeah.
Do I hear the clapping? Of course. You've heard that before.
I think the other thing that would really annoy me in this situation is like, hang on a minute, I'd want to take the day off work and frolic about in the sea and have some nice time and have some lunch and enjoy a lovely experience instead of going to work. Like, I'd be really pissed about that.
She got the best of this guy.
Yeah.
She got the best of you. I don't get the best of you. I get the leftovers after every other interaction in your day has taken all of your energy and bandwidth.
Yeah.
Oh, the hurt. So it is interesting because chances, like, it's very, very hard, especially when you're dealing with somebody who's manipulative. Chances are this is, things tend to swim together like this. But how do you then raise this with your partner in a way that doesn't have you leaving the conversation feeling like you just lost your point, lost your ground?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's part of the problem, right? So we both had this same reaction to kind of reading the question. Both of us are like, what the fuck?
Hell no.
Like, so when you're in that stage of kind of like, what the fuck, like, this is ridiculous, that is not a good time to deal with it, because that's when you will come out with the anger, the venom, that, we'll start to then get into probably name calling. We'll start to kind of raise voices. Things will just get really heated. The temperature will go up pretty quickly. So I think I would suggest having a bit of kind of space. Like, I don't subscribe to this, don't go to bed on an argument. I think sometimes you need space just to kind of reset your nervous system, try and get some perspective on the situation. And then I think it's a case of kind of really sitting down and saying, okay, this was my kind of view about what happened, and this is why I feel hurt about this situation. So you might be saying, look, for one, you lied to me. Like, that is just not something that it should be happening in a healthy, happy relationship. It leads to mistrust. We're already rebuilding trust, and this has now made us kind of take a step back. So, that doesn't make me feel great about where we are right now. The second thing I would then say is, maybe she's annoyed like I am. Well, I would have liked to have kind of had the day off, and I want us to spend time together and do nice things.
Yeah.
But you've chosen to kind of commit that time with somebody else. Like, that doesn't make me feel very happy. So it's being able to raise the points and then actually let your partner speak. So let them say, their piece. Well, actually, from my perspective, I don't know, maybe needed to go away, let off steam. They are kind of friends and they wanted to hang out together. Whatever their kind of position is. And then I think it's then saying, right, okay, well, this is how we both feel about it. Now, what do we do next with this information?
Totally. And for the person who's raising this, it is, you're right, helpful not to act out of anger, just because you're going to come across far more cohesively. And the one thing you have to remember in raising something like this, especially with somebody, your partner is probably a manipulator. I'm almost 99% sure that so they are used to squiggling out of this thing by diluting your argument, making you forget what your main points are, and weakening you. So you got to go in there. You think that the anger, you think that it's like you've caught them red-handed. This isn't easy. Like, they'll apologize, everything.
They'll easily
turn you around like a washing machine.
Yeah.
So you got to remember what is your main point, and you're going to repeat that one point as many times as it takes. So number one is lying is a no. Number two, I want to have experiences like that. And if you have to go back to those, and he's like, oh, but blah, blah, oh, but you never, okay, because then you're going to get like the counter accusations back at you. And you can just say, like, as I said before, lying, absolutely not. And we've talked about that. You've already lied to me. There's a zero tolerance policy on any lying. And number two, I'm proposing that every 2 weeks, we are going to do a hooky date, or every month, whatever. We both play hooky from work, and we're both going to have a daytime bowling, snog, drink at a cafe, whatever that is. Yeah. And if because your partner is not going to expect you to bring both level-headedness, one argument, stick to it, and also a solution. That's not what they're expecting. So let's see what they would say then with your insistence, steadiness, and proposing a counter solution, which is date days.
Yeah. I think longer term, there's also this position, isn't there, about actually what's the relationship that you want? And are you really going to get it in the relationship that you're in? So, at some stage you have to kind of, it's like trying to put the reality goggles back on, isn't it? And say, actually, kind of what evidence have I got here? If I can try and kind of take a step back, if I can look at it from both sides, we try and be kind of as objective as possible. Maybe you get some support in terms of having those conversations, but just start to think about what's the relationship I want to create, and is it possible to create that with this person?
Yeah.
Because not all relationships are, they don't all work out. We know that.
Totally.
Some of them I would say maybe, would absolutely 100, losing my mic, I'm getting so excited. Some of them I would say absolutely could be salvageable, but we kind of, we give up or we just don't know kind of how to solve the problem. So it feels like it's the only answer is to walk away. We haven't looked for the kind of grey area in the middle that tells us there's some other options. But sometimes, it just won't genuinely be possible to, to have the relationship that you want with that person because you may be compatible on one level, but you maybe not compatible on another because your partner thinks it's okay to go out with their ex and go swimming.
Oh my good God. And lie about it and not tell you.
Yeah.
Ugh. Shivers down the spine. Yeah. So totally, it is really a fear, losing the fear of if this doesn't work out. It's also a hot topic. It's actually bringing up the red flags in relationship and starting to say, is there a real steady drumbeat of red flags?
Yeah.
The third thing is I'm supporting people because people will hire coaches. And the reason why you hire a coach is because unlike a friend who's going to be like, oh, I told you to dump him already. Aren't you done with him yet? He keeps doing this to you and you're going to let him back in. A coach actually helps to say, okay, what are your goalposts and what are your non-negotiables and when's your deadline to see an effect? And a coach can help be that external accountability. So if you're like by September X, if they haven't committed to the therapist, if they haven't stopped lying, if they haven't stopped blocked their ex, whatever, we're done.
Yeah.
Because without those goalposts steadily and without some sort of external accountability, this whole thing can keep creeping on because a manipulator is going to keep gaslighting you and it's going to keep shifting.
Yeah.
So the important thing, so you're not looking back and being like, I gave years more of my life than I should, is to set deadlines, like everything.
Yeah.
Boundaries and deadlines. Because
I think it's never easy to call a relationship though, is it? I mean, I've been there in the past where you're like, oh, maybe can't really break up with him this month. We've got this, this and this, which is ridiculous. I don't even know now when I look back and think, what the hell is wrong with you? And then, so you kind of push things and then more things get kind of put in and then you're like, oh, well, his parents are coming to visit, we've got a holiday booked, just ludicrous, but the relationship was never, ever going to work. But
it's especially hard when they're currently depressed and mentally, and their mental health is not stable.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is a tough place.
Oh, I mean, the truth is there's never a good time to break up with somebody. And the thing is that why is there never a good time? And then you have to ask yourself the question of why is there always from one crisis to another? And then you got to think, I think I may be trapped in something. I think there's no good time to leave. The best time to leave is probably now, if that is your overall weighting of things.
Yeah.
Not that I'm always saying run. But I will say that this situation made me like, wow, because there's very few things that can explain this behavior. I can see a one shot, skipping work and going out with your ex. Okay, sure. Maybe if they've been honest as a priest, and not that all priests are.
I was going to say they're not that
not that honest at all. Actually, yeah, exactly. So not
wrong profession.
Yeah, wrong profession. I was also going to say honest as a 3-year-old, and I'm like, oh no, absolutely not. So forget it. Oh my gracious. So
honest as the day is long.
Honest as the day is long. Yes, there you go. I like that. Sarah, thank you, because I was having troubles. I was like, Dalai Lama. I'm like, I don't know. Has he lied? Probably. All right. Yes. So if there's not a pattern at all, perhaps a one offense, but just the chronicity of this, the lying, that there has been multiple, I'm just like, Sarah, I'm like, there's very few excuses for that.
Yeah. Yeah. People show you who they are. We just often don't see it.
The denial.
Yeah.
The denial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Totally. It's all clear in retrospect. It's so funny. It's awesome how your hot topics.
Can't see the things. You just can't see the things.
I know. You know what's so funny is that there's somebody that I was currently speaking with, and they're making all sorts of excuses for this bonehead they're dating. And I know that when it finally hits them, they will be talking about the same things that they have been speaking to me about, but with the what an asshole, what a loser, what a whatever. Same things.
Yeah.
Just the rose-colored glass just came off their eyes.
Yeah.
Different lens.
Yeah.
It's just, but they got to be ready. Like, I guess what we're saying to our dear listener is, here's how to get ready a little sooner.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We'll need a little bit of awareness.
Yeah.
Which actually isn't always that easy to find. So
it is very inconvenient. Inconvenient truths are hiding in there. Yeah. It's often very easy to be stuck in a conflict cycle because you know what it is.
Well, it feels familiar. Even if it doesn't feel very nice, it still feels familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why we stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to help you leave if you need to.
Only if that's the right decision. We don't help everybody leave.
We do not help everybody leave.
We don't encourage you to leave. We encourage you to explore and decide what the right choice is for you, and then action that.
And we've seen some people do some pretty amazing turnarounds with communication. Amazing turnarounds.
Yeah. Anything's possible.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so it's like 45 degrees now in my mind. This is great.
I definitely warm things up for you.
Oh, I'm running a fever of insightfulness. Yeah. Wow. Well, okay.
So you're going to take a cold shower to cool down?
I am. I'm going to turn the fan on. We need to turn off all the fans and stuff for our recording. So I'm going to turn the fact back. Am I looking a little glistening? Yes. Turn the fan back on. You look gorgeous. You've got a nice glow. You always look lovely. Oh, thank you. I need to bring a manual fan into our recordings. But this is the beautiful thing about recording in summer. It's just a little spicy in here.
Well, we should let you cool down. I'm going to go and make some lunch because I'm starving. I went this morning to a TRX Pilates class.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Is it intense?
You have these kind of ropes suspended from a bar on the ceiling, and you have to do all kinds of funky moves with them. And I discovered that there are some muscles that I didn't even know belonged to my body today. So
those like weird groin muscles.
It was kind of like I think there was some muscles in my legs that I was like, where are they been?
Wow. So that's not going to feel good in the next couple of days.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. But I'm hoping it's not too bad, and maybe like I'm not as unfit as I think I am, and I maybe just need to carry on going to this class.
You need to carry on going.
Yeah.
Even if it hurts to start.
I know. I'm also realised like I totally have this inability to listen to the instruction, translate the instruction, and then do the thing.
Oh.
So I think she's spent more time correcting my moves than teaching the class. But anyway.
But that's a good thing about doing a class other than a video. I mean, I've had a few folks who are trying to make a commitment to a lifestyle change, and they've it's probably a good thing to actually go to a physical class. You always think that a video will save a bit of money, but I don't know. It's this kind of thing that makes the class worth it. Yeah.
I think if you've got somebody that's really strong on direction, because I think you just need we do a Pilates class on a Saturday and she's just fantastic at the instructions. And I think even if she was doing it online, I reckon she could give you the instructions and you'd more or less get it right. But I think you're right. There's certain times where they come along and they'll just tweak your feet by like a few centimeters and suddenly you're kind of in the right kind of posture. Whereas before maybe it wasn't quite kind of, went quite right in the same position. Can't speak now. It's messing with my mind. So I feel like I've burnt off some calories and now it's time to put some calories back into my body.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Very good.
Indeed.
Well played.
Indeed.
Well played. Well, congratulations for taking a new class. That sounds awesome.
Thanks. We'll see if I go back next week.
I think you should. By then you'll feel a bit better.
There are 8 weeks until this wedding. I need to get my ass somewhere to do something.
You've got it. You've got it.
So yeah.
Short-term calorie burn.
Exactly.
The very finest. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you cool off, miss. And till next time.
Till next time.
So that's it for another week of Geordie Lass and Doc Sass. We hope you've enjoyed listening as much as we've enjoyed chatting. Get in touch and share your questions for relationship remedies and any hot topics you want us to cover. If you need help navigating all things relationships, Anna and Sarah are available for one-on-one coaching support. Email info@geordielass.com. Please remember to like, share, subscribe if you've enjoyed listening. And if you've not, how on earth have you made it this far? I promise we'll try harder next time.